Hi, folks. It's Jim from New Hampshire Card Hunters, and welcome back to another brand new video. Tonight, we got some 2020 Archives baseball for you. Two blaster boxes and one mega box. We'll get into that in just a few minutes, but we want to let you know a couple of programming notes. The first note is that everything you see here, as usual, every card, no matter what it is, autograph, uh, variation, um, relic, anything. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how big the card is, we're giving it all away. You just have to have a PayPal account. And what we'll do is, if you're interested in any one of our breaks that we open, and again, we're giving it all the way free, just leave a comment in our comment section and just put in the word and somewhere in there drawing, and we'll draw um, two or three names that we just break up these cards. So whatever the amount of cards is, if it's 200 or 300 cards, we usually break them up into like three or four lots, and then we try to break up the the hits, in as much as we can, so everybody gets a little something. Second note is we're also going to be doing our regular normal what's on the docket, and we got a good one for you tonight. So we're going to be talking about Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson, whether or not we think they're worthy of being in the hall, since they were recently the ban was dropped on them. So stay tuned for that, and it should be good fun, good discussion. So we're gonna get going here now. We got the first lady of baseball with us, Michelle, and she'll be along for the ride. And before we start opening, we want to take a quick look and show you the information regarding 2020 Archives Baseball. Okay, so let's just. Whoop, wrong one. Hang on one second. All right, that's better. Okay, one more time. And okay, so as you can see here, that's we have the checklist up for 2020 Tops Archives, and we'll go through it real quick. We're not going to waste too much time here. It's a 300 card, I believe a 300 card set. Yeah, 300 card total cards, and it's in the three different years: 1955, 1974, and 2002. So you'll see those three designs in here, and we also have, as well as the base set, you've got a number of different parallels: purple to 175, then silver 99, red 75, blue 25, and the gold foils, which are, I would say, probably the one to go after, one to want, one to pull. So we'll see if we can get one of those for you. We also have, there's a number of in 55 they have the mini versions. For the 2002, there are also orange foil board parallels that are numbered to 75. And the three different base designs all have a number of, well, some more than others have an assortment of variations. And we'll scroll through a few of those real quick. You know, the black and whites, and different, different silvers and so on. So we'll down here a little bit further. We'll get into that. There's a couple of subsets in here. Nickname posters. There's one of them, and so that's something that well, we won't see here, but you would if you were. I don't know. You might see them in the archives. I think so. I think they might be in there if they're in the card version. I can't remember. Anyway, there are some additional inserts here. We also have the rookie highlight players, getting the rookies logos throughout the baseball card season. 1960 All Stars. They use a 60-year-old subset and All Star for the All Star rookie team. And in the 1960 inserts, they also have parallels as well, as you can see. Black, silver, red, and gold. 1960 also has the combo cards, which is the player pairings of the players. There's one example there with Yelich and Hura. Then we got the autographs, of course. Those are mostly retired players, but there are some big names possibly that we could pull out of here. And again, there's a number of parallels, as you probably already know, but we'll remind our viewers out there for that. And the 1955 minis aren't just base parallels, but they also have autograph versions as well. 1960 All-Star combo inserts, they have the signatures and so on. So there's different parallels for those as well. And then there's a number of variation cards. I can't remember if they showed them in here or not, but there's 8 cards per pack. So hobby boxes, blaster boxes. We got a mega box here. And as far as the overall rookie class goes, well, we've got guys like Dylan Cease, Bo Bichette. We'll be looking for those two. Sean Murphy, Gavin Lux, AJ Puck, Jesus Lozado, Luis Robert, Randy Rosarina, Trent Grisham, Yordan Alvarez, Nico Horner, and much, much more. So, now that you know that, now that you got the information, it's time to get ripping.
Let's dive in.
Let's go. So we'll start with the mega box first, and then we'll get into our what's on the docket section, and then coming out of that, we'll do the final 2 blaster boxes. So welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Hope everybody's doing A-OK. Nice day here in the great state of Maine. This stuff out of there. Let's see what we got in here. Roll them on out of here. Geez, I was just remembering, Michelle, that I had a devil of a time.
Opening those packages.
Oh yeah, that was bad. All right, nothing in there. Yeah, looks empty to me. All right, let's throw that down. Yeah, we'll save this this Archives baseball pack for last, I guess, and we'll break these up. All right, so here we go. Let's put one section over here, and we'll start with this section and see.
See how easy they're going to be.
See how easy they're going to be. Open. I hope they open easy. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, that one didn't.
All right, that one's not so bad.
Okay.
All right, so starting out, pack number 1. Let's make sure we got this all lined up on the camera here. Pack number 1, we've got this is the 2020 tops. 2002, I believe. Yeah, 2002. Brendan McKay. And
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman is a little kind of that foil. It throws you off a little bit. It's kind of hard to see. And then we got, let's see here, we got Catfish Hunter. It's a good one here.
That's who totally reminded me of.
Yeah, Catfish, yeah.
I was trying to figure it out the other day, and I pulled that card, and I'm like, he's got that solid face.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And, on these here, on these 55s, what you'll see body variations. They'll be in different positions, like maybe a hitting position or a different pitching position if they're a pitcher, something like that. So, and I know a few of them, but I haven't really seen enough of them to really, be able to pick them out. But I would imagine it might be upside down or something like that. So Yamamoto.
Now, is that an autograph of him? Or
No, these are just
those are
facsimiles.
just facsimiles.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are the 55s.
Gotcha.
And what do we got here? We have John Smoltz traded. Now these were the 1976 tradeds here. So Topps put that set out as an addition to the regular 1976 set. So apparently we've got some of these in here.
Schmaltzy.
Yeah, Braves big phenom. 20-year-old phenom. Braves bag 20-year-old phenom. Okay, there we go. That's better. Final two cards here. We have Ivan Rodriguez and Ernie Banks. Shortstop, first baseman.
Yeah. We got some good players in that first pack.
Let's play too.
You know?
Oh, yeah. So the Red Sox, we're both Red Sox fans, as you guys know, and we're coming down the stretch. We're in pretty good shape. Yankees are playing Toronto, so we're hoping. So we're all big Toronto fans, right? You know, right now we want. I mean, not that I wouldn't want to be in first place, but particularly I'd like to see the Yankees lose as much as possible. So that's just the way I look at it. Second pack, Brian Braun starts us off.
Oh, there's the
There he
controversy
is,
guy.
Devers. Hey, the Giants are back 2 games over 500. I saw that today. Johnny Cueto. And 55's coming at you again. Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
He's got, what, almost 50 home runs?
Yep.
Killing it. Joey Votto. Oh, what's this here? Nice silver. Look at that. Wow. How about that, folks? Fred McGriff. And that is numbered to, I believe, 99. Nice. That's a nice hit right there. I'm going to sleeve that up. Coming right out of the gates. Wow.
Well, the first pack wasn't shabby.
No.
And then you get some good names here. I mean, everyone, oh no, we traded Devers, and then Schwarber's doing so great, and everyone's like, why did we trade him? Why did we trade him? It's like, oh my God, the armchair quarterbacking.
Oh, yeah. Josh Bell. And then we've got, let's see here, Joey Votto. Oh, we already got
There he is
Saudis.
again.
Yeah,
Yep.
Saudis. Okay. Sorry, I got mixed up. I was looking at that nice,
All excited on the silver.
the crime dog, Fred McGriff.
Take a bite out of
Took
crime.
a bite out of crime. So yeah, so you got the Yankees, you got the Toronto.
Ricky.
What's that?
Isn't that a rookie right there?
Yeah, we got who is this? It's Randy Rosarina. That's one of the guys we're looking for. So we'll set Randy aside.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was like, whoa.
Well, you know, I was just engrossed in AL East talk, and even Tampa's in it now. I mean, Tampa's coming on like a hurricane. They've won 10 of their last 12. They're still they're all fighting. They're fighting it out. It's Texas, it's Tampa Bay. I think Cleveland's still alive in there, and then Seattle's the third wild card. Us and the Yankees are fairly safe for now, but I don't want to say never. I've seen some collapses, some epic collapses. Anyway,
It'll be a Yankee collapse.
Conforto, Dennis Eckersley. Oh yeah, nice Eck right there. Yeah, good one. Okay, coming up with the 55s. There's Soto. One gone, and Mookie Betts. Yeah, here's one of these combo cards from 1960 design. Hoskins and Bryce Harper. Now these right here, there's a variation in the 74, and I don't know if a lot of the viewers out there are familiar with this 74 set, but in 1974, the Washington Senators were discontinued, and they became the Texas Rangers, and they didn't have time to fix all of the cards. So some of these had San Diego, and some of these cards had Washington National League. Okay, because they just didn't have time to update all the cards in the 74 set. So there are a few of these Washington National League. I think Tatis is one of them, and I can't remember the other guys, but I know Tatis is one of them. So we'll keep an eye, look out for those. And finally, Jason Hayward. All right, so what's that? 2 packs down?
3
packs down. I digress.
Got to use my math skills.
Yeah, right. But these are way easier to open than the other ones. Oh my God, those things were horrible.
He was struggling.
I really needed a.
It was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. It was weakling. All right, 4th pack. Here we go. We got Rod Carew coming out of the chute.
Rodney.
Followed by the Rocket. Boy, what a career, huh? It's too bad he hit the roids. You know, he would have been a shoo-in. I mean, Kyle Lewis, a guy that's a rookie that had a great first year, and then he's disappeared into the desert
No man.
of no man's land, right? Ryan Sandberg. Too bad about Ryan. He just passed away, unfortunately, and you know, it's a damn shame because he was such a great player and a great individual, I might add. To all the Cubs fans out there, my heart goes out to you guys because I gotta tell you, he's just a gentleman and a scholar, and you know, it's too bad that he's gone. He's gone way too young. And there's Captain Cow behind him. Nice one here. We got? Got a good insert here. Looks like the polar bear. Wow, look at that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a nickname one.
The nickname ones, yeah. It's pretty common. Tampa Bay. Tasuko. Where is he now? He's around somewhere, I think. This I don't like. These I know it's Los Angeles or Anaheim or whatever they call themselves now, but why can't you just put like Los Angeles Angels in there or California Angels or something? Just put something in there. It's ridiculous. You know, it looks cheap.
Yeah, it looks broken. It looks unnatural.
And it's not an error, you know. People say, "Oh, look, that team's missing." No, not today. Not today, folks. Just a regular old Topps decision on the way they wanted to make those Angels cards. All right, here we go. Another pack and another Hall of Famer. Two-time Hall of Famer, really. Joe Morgan. 75 and 76, part of the Big Red Machine. Followed by Roofned Odor. And our old buddy, Aaron Nola. Good pitcher for Philly. I mean, he's not going to overpower you, but he'll keep you in the game. Ozzie Albies. Max Muncy. And we got the 55 Bowman's inserts here. Nick Solak, rookie. I like the 55 Bowmans. They're nice, you know. I mean,
They look like those little.
I remember these TVs.
Fake. Yeah, I was gonna say they look like fake TVs.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
what they
guy
are,
on the
yeah.
screen. You know.
Yeah.
I like that.
I remember the old consoles, right? Those are great. Mike Schmidt and Shogo Akiyama finish out that pack. All right, rolling right along. Here we go. Let's see what this next pack is going to provide for us. You know, I've been hearing a lot of rumors, you know, and we've been saying this for a while on this channel, but there's a lot of discuss going around with the 2025 Topps products. Leading this, we'll get into that in a minute. Anderson Simmons leads us off. Michael Chavis. What's that? The ice? No, it's not the ice pony, is it? No.
Ice unicorn or something,
Something
like
like
that.
that. Corey,
It's ice something.
yeah, Corey Seager, and there's the Bambino. See, like I can't. Yeah, I don't. I think these are all the base. I'd have to look at the number on the back to see if it's a variation or not. Someone out there might be able to pick one out if I get one. Willie Castro. Here we go, 1976 again. I love these too because on the back usually they have the little excerpt about it. You know, a little. You know, kid infielder shifts to Chi-Town. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about right here.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they give you a little story on them there. It's kind of cool. I like them.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yep. So Rhino again. Man, he's getting the action today. That's good. Good for him. Abraham Toro and Jacob DeGrom. Okay. Let's try one off this side. See what we get over here a little bit. So yeah, so I saw a video from a gentleman who was basically very upset about the ongoing releases from Topps in 2025, and he basically gave Fanatics the twin middle fingers. You may have seen that out there somewhere. Bryce Harper, Kyle Seager, Here we go with the 55s. Malik Smith, followed by Nick Senzel and Matt Carpenter and Jorge Alfaro, followed by Dustin May rookie, who was a part of the Red Sox, and he's not doing real well right now.
No.
It's not making us real happy. And there he
Big
is, Bullet Bob.
fella.
Bullet Bob. Hell of a picture. But yeah, so this particular individual, I'm not going to say his name. You can go find it for yourself. But he went on a tirade, and followed by a couple of
Buddies.
his associates. I don't want to say associates, acquaintances.
Yeah.
And so these guys aren't. The bottom line here is they're not really happy with the product because there's nothing in it. And I've been telling everybody it's overpriced. And I've been telling everybody for about 3 years now, or at least 2, stop buying the products like 2025, high-end stuff, like 2024 high-end stuff,
This will
because
be flushing your money.
because you're not getting your return on investment, and you're paying a lot more for the product. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's out of control. And if you open up blaster boxes or hanger boxes, with the exception of 2024 Topps Update, I mean, the 2025 products just absolutely stink. And I've bought a little bit to open up on the channel here, but I didn't buy a lot. I bought like a couple of blaster boxes and a few hanger boxes, only because I just want to open up some to give away. That's it. I didn't buy anything else. Didn't buy any hobby boxes. Didn't buy any jumbo boxes. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. But anyway, these 2 individuals, well, one individual in particular went off. And you know what? More people need to speak up like that. I mean, why is it so hard? If you're a breaker, right? If you're somebody who, let's say, makes a living doing this, why is it? I mean, I know you're getting allocation from Fanatics, but for crying out loud, will you just like start saying what's on your mind? Jeepers. Michelle, any comments on that?
No.
But it's you want to get
Everybody's
your money's
afraid
worth.
to speak up. They don't want to.
Rock the boat.
Yeah, don't want to rock the boat. And then all of a sudden they realize that they've burnt all this money
Right.
and are not getting anything back, and then they get pissed.
Right.
It's like, just listen.
Yeah, I mean, come on, use your head. It's
And-
that lump 3 feet above your ass. Let's go. Come on.
And
JD Martinez. Yep.
in this economy,
Fraley. Yep.
to be spending that amount of money and not get anything back, everyone should be pissed.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. Right.
Everyone should be pissed.
Washington Nationals. I thought that was one of the Washington National League, but it's not.
No.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've heard guys say, "Oh, when Fanatics first bought Topps, everybody was out there." I remember this because like anybody else, if you pay attention, you remember what the feeling was like when Fanatics bought Topps, and everybody's mind, oh, this is going to change the hobby. This is going to, it's going to be great for collectors. It's not so good right now. It is not. And look, let me just say this. Michael Rubin, I hope you're watching, because this guy, Michael Rubin, is not a collector, first of all right? He doesn't care about collecting. He doesn't care about the collector. In my opinion, he does not care about either of those 2 things, okay? He doesn't, last I checked, he didn't own a card. He said he doesn't have time to do that. He has no interest in doing that. All he wants to do is make money, all right? So if that's the stance he's taking, then buyer beware. Buyer beware. And look, the best thing we can do as collectors, as consumers, is leave the product on the shelf. Next pack.
Yep.
Anthony
Boom
K.
Rendon.
Anthony Rendon. There he is, the freak. Tim Lincecum. Followed by Big Al Kaline. And George Kell, the Hall of Famer. Oh, I like this.
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Look at that bear with him. That's great.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah. Ernie Banks, Mr. Sunshine. Well, that's a great insert right there. I really like that one.
Very cool.
Yep. Set that aside. Maybe put a sleeve on that. I don't know. See. Blake Snell. Steven Scotty. Yeah, so you know what, guys, just use your head, you know, be smart. You know. Don't be afraid to take a stance. I mean, just because, you know, guys like, I don't know, Pac-Man and Jeff Wilson and all these guys are like, you know, oh, I love Tops. Oh, it's so great. It's so wonderful. Everything's so darn good. And oh, and Michael Rubin's my best friend. And you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to live if something happens to him. Come on, give it a break already. Jesus. Ralph
Chipper
Kiner.
Jones there. That's a good one.
Yep,
He's a hell of a
Chipper
ball
Jones.
player.
Right, Ralph Kiner. Corey Cody, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know why I said Corey. Cody. Sometimes I just can't read those like that because I don't the angle of the light. Gary Carter, Michael Brantley. There we go. Smith and Muncie. It's a good one. I like those. And Rowdy Tellez, Brandon Crawford. So far, just the one silver that we know of. I haven't seen any variations. There might be one in there. Well, that is a variation of silver. So, see if we get an autograph though. That'd be nice. All right, Elvis Andrews leading off this pack. Yuri Gurriel, Jonathan VR. There's our boy Lucas Giolito. Yes, sir. Right there. He's on the hill tonight, right? No.
Totally.
Totally on the hill tonight. Tomorrow night he's on the. What's this? I don't know. We'll see. Gary Sanchez. Oh, ask and you shall receive. All
Nice.
right, huh? Hey, that's good.
There we go.
Lonnie Smith. He's a good player. You know, I mean, he's one of those Braves on those championship teams. That's nice. That's
and
nice.
you know, his signature is readable.
Yep.
It's
I know.
actually
I love
legible.
That. I love that. Isn't it great?
That's awesome.
Isn't it so refreshing?
Yeah.
Huh? Wow, that's nice.
I mean, it's not, you know,
Wow.
razor sharp or anything, but you can tell that's Lonnie Smith.
Wow. Okay, now.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Hey, and again, like I said before, if you're interested and you want these cards, we're giving them all away. So, you know the rule sets. I just explained it in the start of the video. I'm not going to go over them again. If you want to know what the rules are, go back to the front of the video and check it out. You know, you can. You guys are.
I want that Ernie Banks though.
You guys are smart. You guys are smart. You know what's going on.
I want Mr. Sunshine.
Right. So okay. So we got. This has been a look. I mean,
It's been good so far.
this has been a good mega box.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't complain about that. No way. All right, next pack. Andres Munoz and John Means. Yeah, guy's been hurt all the time. It's too bad too. He's a great player. He was a good pitcher. He's one of these guys. He's like a Greg Maddux, right? I mean, I would say that's a close call to him. All right, who else we got? Steve Carlton.
Wait a minute. Lux, isn't Lux a
Oh yeah,
rookie?
yeah, he's a rookie.
He's a
right.
rookie?
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
set that aside. He's having a good season.
Yeah, we've
with
got a couple of rookies.
it. Yeah,
We got the Dustin May.
Dustin May. I didn't pull
Yeah.
him because he's not having a great season, but
Yeah,
but
well,
Lux is having a good season for
yeah,
the Reds.
Lux is.
Yeah, so yeah, he's been great for them all year, along with Friedel and De La Cruz and the rest of those boys over there. Fraley, Steve Carlton, Mariano Rivera,
Class act right
nemesis.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Classy guy.
Oh yeah.
Now that we don't have to play against him. Classy guy.
Yep.
Classy guy.
Oh, there's Mr. Smiles right there, Dad. There he is.
Francisco.
Yeah, at the dentist office.
Lindor.
Okay, open up and say, ah.
Putting on those gold teeth, you know.
This is going to pinch a little bit. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Marco Gonzalez and Ketel Marte. Like that. It's a good one. Ketel, huh? 1974. So we're doing okay. We're doing all right. Let's see what's going to have anything more in these last, I don't know, we got what, 4 more packs here? Maybe we'll get something else. That autograph was great. Huh? That's awesome. Take
Hey, I
that.
like that shot.
Starling Marte, yeah. It's the, what you looking at, boy?
It's the
Yeah.
oldest Chapman look.
What you,
You know, really.
don't be looking at me like that.
Yeah.
Don't you be doing it. It's not going to be good for you if you keep doing that.
See this bat? I'm going to use it.
On you. Alan Trammell. Whitey Ford, chairman of the board.
Wow.
Yeah. Boy, those Yankee teams. Oh, man.
Brutal.
Murderers row. Yeah. Kenta Maeda. It's our old pal. And we got Joey Gallo. It's about 190 hitter. You know, he can hit about 30 home runs a year, but man, he can't hit a ball in the ocean if his life depended on it most days. Nico Horner, nice rookie. We'll set Nico aside. That's a nice one, 55. Yeah, we'll set that aside. Then we got Sandy. He's dandy.
Oh, blue eyes.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a great pitcher. Kerry Wood. We did I don't know, folks, if you haven't been following us all that long. Well, we did a video, and we were talking about the MLB and their findings on the all the pitching injuries, and we highlighted a little bit some of Sandy Koufax's career in there and what they did with the old Dodger rotation. So you might, if you're interested, go back and look at that. I don't remember which video it was, but you know, they all blend together now. But yeah, it's really interesting, and we went over all the information that Major League Baseball did in regards to the issues at Bay, where you know so many injuries, you know, and spin rates and all that. So it's worth checking out. You know, it was really good information. All right, next pack, Andrew Jones. Pedro. Oh,
Speaking of which,
Pedro.
he was very vocal about.
Oh yeah.
About that, and there was some good info in that video that came right from Pedro's mouth.
Right. Yeah, that was really good. He was, as they quoted him in the New York Times, I think,
Something like that.
Or New York Post, maybe New York Post, I think. This man only has one name. Ichiro.
Man, wasn't his Hall of Fame speech
Oh
great?
my God, yeah.
Oh my
good.
God, he was friggin' clown.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
great.
God.
George Brett. That's a young George Brett right there. That's
That
a
is.
1975 George Brett right there, folks.
Yep.
That's him. The one in the running part of him, that's older. This guy right here, younger. And then we got Shane Bieber.
Leave it to Beaver.
And grade A Astros coming to a locale near you.
Mm.
And we got Eric Hosmer, who's no longer playing in baseball, but he was a good player when he was in baseball. Had a good career. Followed by Hunter Dozier. Pretty good power hitting second baseman for a while. I don't know how long it's been since he's been out. It can't be too long. A couple years maybe. I know he was with the Royals for a while. He bounced around a little bit. Can't remember who else, but right offhand. Anyway, first card in this pack, we're gonna lead off is gonna be Juan Marichal, Dominican dandy, right there, and Chris Bryant, Austin Meadows,
Man, what a pain in the butt.
Yeah, let's see here. Marcus Semien, he's out. I think an oblique. No, he Liz Frank injury, right? We just talked about that.
Mm.
Yeah, with the foot injury, fouled a ball off of his, I don't know, middle toe.
Middle toe, yeah.
Yeah, Liz Frank injury. So he's out. Seager's out, and they're still winning. And we've got Jose Barrios.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this! Look at this, folks. A nice purple right here, huh? That is, I can't tell you who that is. Let's look on the back because it's.
That's purple?
Yeah, Marco Gonzalez. It looks like it's purple to me. Does it look like it's purple to you? Hang on, I'm going to show.
It's got to be forum purple.
Is
gotta be like
is that purple to you? Hang on.
It is, but it doesn't look like it on the. It looks like the Lakers purple.
I had to show it to the first lady. You know, get her approval on there.
Well, it on that shot right there, it looks.
Well, you know,
It looks
for the
blue
folks
with
at
gold.
home, I mean, this is how it looks. I mean, the writing is so dark, it's black. It's just a in this particular case, it wasn't the right color set for this card.
Yeah.
But he got a little.
But it is a purple.
Yeah, he got a little nicked up there in that top. See that up there? Look at that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of nick there.
Yeah. I didn't do that.
Sons of bitches. I'm gonna have to put that in there. Yeah. Thank you, Tops. Thank you, Fanatics.
Oh, look at that guy.
John Lester.
Yeah.
And DJ LeMahieu, who got the heave ho from the Yankees, by the way. Here's a guy. Here's a guy.
I have no idea why.
Here's a guy who's hitting way better than Volpe, and they sent him down to the minor leagues. Yeah, I think he accepted the demotion, but if I was him, I would have said, just release me, because someone would have picked him up. No doubt about it.
Yep.
A guy like that, veteran player, can play anywhere, good everywhere, contact hitter, hits for average. I think he was hitting like 260, 270 when they set him down. I'm like, really? All right, final pack, and then we're going to take a break. We're going to get into the, what's on the docket.
The big hurt.
The big hurt, not the little hurt.
That's the big hurt.
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez, steroid boy, and Derek Jeter. Yeah, Mr. Yankee, captain. Jack Flaherty, still banging away, man. He's a tough competitor. He gives it his all every time. Oh, he's with the Tigers right now, but Aaron Savali, I don't want to accept a demotion to minor leagues, so you better trade me. So they did to the White Sox. But he's a good pitcher. He's a guy that played when he was pitching for Tampa Bay. He had a great season. It was wonderful. Yordan, rookie. Let's set that one aside. 1960 design. Yep. Sleeve that up in a minute. And then, Roberto, or Bob. Yeah, and like in the 66 card, I can't remember if there's any others, but I know for sure the 66 tops, they had him as Bob Clemente because they wanted to sort
Make him more.
Americanize him, right? Americanize him. So yeah, and then finally Trent Grisham, but we do have one more pack.
And Trent Grisham's a rookie, right?
Yep.
That's a rookie.
Yep, he's had a good season, by the way.
Yep.
I should give him a little love, even though he is a Yankee.
You should.
Even though he is a Yankee, I don't really care for the Yankees. I don't know what's in here, but we're gonna find out. It says it's a exclusive.
Parallels.
3 exclusive foil parallels inside. Wow, let's see what we got.
Let's see what we got.
Let's see. No, folks, let's see what you're gonna get.
That's right, because we don't get these.
We don't get any of these. Oh,
No.
look at this.
Even Mr. Sunshine.
Mr. Sunshine, right? AJ Puck
What the heck?
and Reese Hoskins. Very, very refractory like.
Mm-hmm.
Cole Calhoun is our final player in this pack.
Who we playing tonight?
We're playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yeah, we're playing the Arizona, the D-backs, Dad. The Snakes.
Yeah.
The
You can't overlook
Serpentines.
them.
The
You can't
Serpentines.
overlook them either.
Right.
Hopefully, our bats will be batting.
Hey, so how was that? Was that pretty good? I think it was pretty good, Michelle, don't you? We got the purple.
I think we
We
did
got
good.
the autograph. We got the silver. I mean, I don't know. I thought that was pretty damn good. Anyway, moving on. Now we get to the middle section of our video. This is something that Michelle and I really like doing. And we hope you're going to like doing it too with us. You're going to join us for lots more of these down the road. Because we get busy, but sometimes, life gets in the way for us. And we have a lot of things we have to do, and I'm sure you guys do. But anyway, what we're going to talk about here are the recent bans that have been dropped on 2 particular players. The guys that have the most chance of being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame now that the bans have been dropped. The banishment has been dropped against these 2 players. And these 2 players are Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Now, you might say, well, what about Eddie Ciotti? Yeah, good player. Fringe Hall of Famer. I wouldn't call him a shoo-in by any means. But, not to put too fine a line on it. But Ciotti, I don't think has the credentials to, and his situation to be in the Hall of Fame, and his situation is, I think, is going to be, as I'll lay out for you, much different than Joe Jackson's. So we're going to start with Pete Rose first because I think Pete is a little bit of an easier target for us than and with regard to Jackson, I think what we'll do is when we get to Jackson, we'll lay it out for you. So there's a lot that you probably didn't know about Joe. So we're gonna talk about both of these guys, and we'll start with Pete Rose first. And as soon as I get over there, let's see here. Doo-doo. All right. Okay, let's get back there. So Pete Rose, obviously, we know how great a player Pete Rose is. You know, he's done his career is well known. He's the all-time hit king, right? And as we just scroll down through here, you can see that, and I'll just highlight this for you. It says Rose was a switch hitter and is, well, hang on, and is baseball's all-time hit leader with 4,256 hits. He's also the leader in games played and at bats and singles and outs. He won 3 World Series championships, 2 with the Big Red Machine, 1 with Philadelphia. He has 3 batting titles. He's the most valuable player in 1973, right? 2 Gold Gloves, Rookie of the Year award, and so on. 17 All-Star appearances. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious where we're going here, right? He has all the credentials. He has all the hallmarks. He's a great player. Everybody knows it. Everybody understands it. Everybody recognizes it, okay? That's not the issue here. It's not what he did on the field. It's what he has done off the field that has, oh, and maybe you could almost kind of say on the field too, because as manager, right?
Right.
He came into question. So the issue here is that, as I just laid out for you, he's got all the credentials. Yeah, maybe not so much a home run hitter or a big RBI guy, but he was a great player, and he played multiple positions too, by the way, which I thought is really something that should be noted, because a lot of Hall of Fame players don't play a lot of different positions, but Rose did. He played, I think he came up as shortstop. He played third base. I know he played in the outfield and left field. I think it's in here somewhere. But as we scroll down here, what I really want to get to is the part where they talk about his, well, I think I should pause on the 1970 All-Star game for a second, because it was at Riverfront Stadium, and the game was close, and Rose came around third base at the time, and when the ball got by Amos Otis threw the ball into to Ray Fosse, who at the time, Ray Fosse, for all of you guys that don't know who Ray Fosse is, Ray Fosse was a hell of a catcher, and he was just coming into his own. He had all the credentials: good hitter, power hitter, solid catcher, could hit for average and also for power. Anyway, the ball got by when Hickman hit it to center. Amos Otis' throw went by Cleveland catcher Ray Fosse, and then Rose just pancaked Fosse, which back in those days, and I'm sure some of you may know this and some of you may not, but back in those days, the All-Star game was life or death for these leagues. These leagues hated each other, okay? Hated each other. And when Rose had a chance, because the game was tied, he took him out. So he came around the corner. He saw that it was going to be a close play. Fosse didn't play it well. He bobbled the ball, it got by him, and then Rose just took him out, and he fractured his shoulder? Yeah, he fractured and separated his shoulder, which was undiagnosed until the following year, which I found was ironic. I didn't remember that part of it. But I mean, even after that, Fosse continued to hit for average, right here as it says, but with diminished power. I mean, he had 16 home runs before the break and only 2 afterwards. So, and he never was the same player again because of what had happened with the Rose. And by the way, to give Pete Rose a little credit, he did go to the hospital the following day to check on Fosse, because when he was in there, laid up. But yeah, so that was one of his, I guess, his iconic moments, I guess, if you could call that, highlights of his career. But I mean, obviously, he was with the Big Red Machine with Johnny Bench and Joe Morgan and Tony Perez and Ken Griffey Sr. and Gullett, and you go right on down the line. I mean, George Foster, Ed Armbruster, loaded team, and these guys were fantastic. And he played with them in their heyday, 75, 76, 74, 73, all the way to like, I think, I don't know, at least through 77, 78. And then after that, he might have, I can't remember when he got traded, but
79, the Phillies.
79, okay, right. So yeah, I know he was with him in 77, 78, right? I couldn't remember if it was 79. But as we scroll down here, and I just want to get down to the part here, where the investigation starts on Rose. Okay, now it says that they informally questioned him. Bart Giamatti questioned him about this whole gambling thing, and Rose stated that he bet on football, basketball, and horse racing, but vehemently denied the allegations of betting on baseball. By this time, the MLB owners had elected Giamatti to succeed Uberoth, okay? So I think Giamatti came to the conclusion after he had Dowd, can't remember, yeah, John Dowd did the investigation on him. And while they couldn't prove, like, anywhere that there was, like, let's say, factual information written down that Rose had basically bet on baseball, they still believe that he was betting on baseball, because they had said no evidence was discovered that Rose ever bet against the Reds. But Dow himself stated in 2002 interviewed he believed that Rose probably bet on the Reds while managing the team. And I just want to, for the record, I just want to make sure that everybody understands the rule that Rose broke, and it's right here, okay? And this is Rule 21, misconduct. Betting on ball games, subsection, any player, umpire, or club, or league official, or employee who shall bet any sum whatsoever upon any baseball game, in connection with which the bettor has the duty to perform, shall be declared permanently ineligible. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much to the point, and you don't have to be an English scholar to understand that. So basically, if you bet on baseball in any way, shape, or form in any of those positions, you're ineligible, and you broke the rule. And Rose broke that rule, okay? There were a number of individuals, like runners and some of these bookies that they talked to, that said at any point in time he owed as much as like $90,000 to some of these guys, a bookie that he always was hanging out with at his restaurant, because they had a restaurant, him and Rose, and they I don't know, split ownership of the restaurant or whatever, and he was always with him. So quite on a regular basis, almost on a daily basis, he'd be betting like 10,000 here, 5,000 there. And then there's conflicting reports. Some people say it was 2,000. Some people say it was 10,000 in here. Some of the people that they quoted. But does it really matter if it's 2,000 or 10,000? You're still betting. So it took, and he kept denying the fact, even though they banned him. He kept denying it, even though he tried to get reinstatement over and over again, that he physically denied ever betting on baseball. And it wasn't until he finally came clean.
2014, was it?
No, I think it's trying to find it here. Oh, right here. It says, in an autobiography, right here, My Prison Without Bars, published by Rodell Inc. I don't know who that is, but January 8th, 2004, Rose admitted publicly on betting on baseball games and other sports while playing for and managing the Reds. Okay? So, he also admitted to betting on the Reds games, but he said he never bet against that team. Well, I'd like to take that bet because I'll bet you pretty much he bet on his team to win and or lose. So the repeated, yeah. So basically, he admitted to it finally, but it took him from the time they were going all the way back. When was it? Suspension as manager.
89.
Yeah, from '89 to 2002, 2004. He
15
denied
years.
it. 15 years. He denied that, and as you can see right there. As you can see right there, he basically just kept denying. So and then finally coming clean 15 years later.
Yeah.
So my question to everybody out there is now, if you knew somebody who told you this story for 15 years and said, I didn't bet on baseball, and then 15 years later,
Yeah, I did.
they admit that they bet on baseball and they bet on their own team. Is this the kind of guy, regardless of his statistics and his accolades, that you want in the Hall of Fame? As for me, I say no. He should never be in the Hall of Fame. He broke the rules. Just like I feel the same way for all of the guys, with regard to all the guys that were on the juice. Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco, Sammy Sosa. You go right down the line. Pick anybody you want. I don't think any one of them deserves to be in.
They're cheating the game.
Michelle, go ahead.
They were cheating the game. They knew it was wrong. They did it anyway. Thought they could get away with it. Speaks highly or lowly of their character. The type of character they have. And it's disrespecting the game. So should they be put into the Hall of Fame, which is for the most highly respected players, when they disrespect the game itself? I think not. I feel very strongly about that. Character matters. Character matters. Knowing you did wrong, not coming clean for 15 years, no, he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. That's a sacred place for those people that respected the game, played the game well, players that have the respect from every fan that reads their stats and reads about them should go, that's someone we can look up to. That's someone we can respect.
The integrity of the game.
The integrity of the game is, he doesn't belong there. I'm sorry. Was he a hell of a player? Yeah, no one was going to question that at all. When I was a varsity coach, we had to select all-star players. And I fought vehemently against kids that had crappy attitudes because I didn't want them to be an all-state player if they had a crappy attitude. That's not what we want. It's not what we want for the sport. And I know it's at a much smaller scale, but it's the same concept. If it's a Hall of Fame, a respected, can't even think it's a shrine. It's a shrine that just speaks volumes about the best players and the game itself. And it's America's game. And it should be only occupied by people that hold a reverence to the game that they played. And he did not.
Well, I would just say this, that as any great ball player who was of Hall of Fame caliber, you have an obligation to do all of those things right, to play the game hard, to play at a level that you feel is worthy of recognition. To have to play with the integrity of the game in your mind, in your head at all turns, and also to remind your teammates and other players in the league of that as well. If you choose not to do that, and if you choose to, let's say, skirt the rules of the game, the integrity of the game, um, any of those types of things that are, let's say, on the fringe of getting you or anybody else for that matter in a world of hurt or bring attention to you, then
in a negative light.
That right in a negative light, then at that point in time, your accomplishments start to get pushed to the side, and the focus becomes, okay, you know, this guy's on PEDs. That's going, that's it. You're done. Once you're on PEDs once, that's it. You'll never. I don't care if you're Babe Ruth. You're never going to get in ever. And if somebody puts them in, if someone puts in Rose, this is just me, folks. If somebody puts in Pete Rose, if they vote to have him in there, then really, where are we as a nation? I mean, what types of things do we stand for and don't we stand for? I mean, if you're going to let somebody who at every turn cheats and then gets inducted to, whether it's a basketball Hall of Fame or a baseball Hall of Fame or the NFL Hall of Fame or whatever, it's so dirty, it so muddies the water. It's ridiculous.
It becomes a stain on that institution.
Sure.
And that's
Sure.
I don't think they really want to go there. I hope they don't.
I don't
want to go there.
I don't think so. But there you have it.
It's up to you.
Right. But there you have it, folks. That's our first look at Rose. This is what we think. This is what he did. This is the story. You saw it. It's in there, black and white. Okay. And
If you have differing comments, go ahead. We don't mind differing opinions.
No, I mean,
go ahead and leave us a comment. If you have a different perspective on that, that's fine.
If you got something to say, say it.
Yep.
I mean, we're not going to be hurt if you don't agree with us. I mean, I know some people out there, some influencers, they're picking on me, and I don't like that, and I got thin skin. Folks, listen, we've been around the block a few times, okay? You can throw rocks at us. We'll be all right.
I play a good dodgeball.
Yeah, right. But anyway, we're gonna leave it there with Rose, okay? And now we're gonna move to Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and we're gonna talk about him. And I think this story is very compelling, and I think you're gonna, I think you're gonna like it. So here we go. All right. So if we talk about Joe Jackson, and I just want to kind of go up to the top here to show you guys, he had a career batting average of .356. It's one of the highest in Major League history, I think fourth all time. And Jackson is often remembered for associating with the Black Sox scandals in which 8 members of the 19 Chicago White Sox participated in a conspiracy to fix the World Series. And at the time, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, who was the first commissioner in baseball, decided that even though that, let's say, a court acquitted them, that he was going to suspend all of these guys permanently. Okay, so the eight White Sox were banned for their entire life and for the entirety of baseball, right? So they're never going to be able to consider to be in the Hall of Fame because they're on the ban list, okay? But what you need to know about Shoeless Joe Jackson is that during the World Series in question, Jackson led both teams in several statistical categories and set a World Series records with 12 base hits, including, during the last game, the only home run in that World Series. Jackson's role in the scandal, banishment from the game, and exclusion from Baseball Hall of Fame have been fiercely debated. In 2025, Manfred removed the ban on both Jackson and Rose. So, but he played he played it for 3 teams, and he came up with this is I think what you're going to find here is pretty interesting stuff. Jackson played for 3 teams in his 12-year career. He came up with the Athletics, with Connie Mack in the Athletics in 1910. And then later on with the Cleveland Naps. And then finally he moved on to the White Sox. But with the Cleveland Naps, his first year he hit 408. You know, he still considered a rookie in 1911. He hit 408 with a single season record for a rookie that still stands today. 408. What I want to know is, what the hell was Cleveland thinking when they traded him,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
What they got, I mean,
Get rid of him?
I saw what they got. It was like nothing. It was like guys I never heard of before. Not even like fringe players. It was ridiculous. But I mean, the guy was beyond reproach. Okay, he had great numbers, and they go on to like talk about his accolades. Of course, he won the World Series with Chicago in 1915. Jackson, he holds franchise records for triples in a season and career batting average. He's ranked 35th on the Sporting News list of 100 greatest players and was a finalist for the Major League Baseball All-Century team. He was voted by the fans the 12th best outfielder of all time. He also ranks 33rd on the all-time list for non-pitchers according to the win shares formula developed by Sabermetrics' Bill James. Baseball legend Babe Ruth said that he modeled his hitting method after Shoeless Joe. So, one thing about Jackson was when he was a kid, he was basically illiterate because he had to go to he never really got to go to school. And it says right here, starting at age 7, he started to work in the textile mills. Okay, and he would, like it says here, he'd work 12-hour shifts, and because the family just couldn't afford him to go to school, they needed the income, and his lack of education ultimately became an issue because he just couldn't sign his name, and there are so few examples of Shoeless Joe signing his name because he was illiterate for many years. I think his wife taught him how to write his name later on, but his wife would often forge his name for signatures and stuff like that, just so he could sign the check or what have you, or an autograph for a fan or something like that. But he didn't. He started working at age six or 7, right? And then later on, he didn't start playing baseball till around 13 when he was approached by the owners of Brandon Mill, and so he started playing for them at $250, which is I guess equivalent today of $94, and he got to he was a pitcher when he came up, but he broke a player's arm with a fastball, so no one wanted to bat against him anymore. So they put him in. That's how they put him in the outfield, and they gave him a bat called Black Betsy. Okay, so they compared him to Champ Austin, another player from the Mills who made it to the majors, and Jackson moved from team to team, Mill team, in search of better pay, playing semi-pro ball and so on. He got his nickname because during a Mill game in Greenville, South Carolina, Jackson had blisters on his foot from a new pair of cleats, which caused him a lot of pain. So he took his shoes off before he was at bat. As play continued, a heckling fan noticed Jackson running to third base in his socks and shouted, "You shoeless son of a gun, you," and resulting in the nickname, and it stuck the rest of his career. So that's how he got his nickname. And he's as far as his major league career goes, it says in 1911, his first full MLB season, Jackson set several rookie records. His 408 batting average, that season, is still a record that stands and is good for second overall in the league behind Ty Cobb's 419. One of the few times in baseball history that a batting average above 400 did not win a batting title. How you like that? And I mean, talk about a kick in the ass, right? Wow. His .468 on-base percentage led the league. The following season, Jackson batted .395 and led the American League in hits, triples, and total bases. On April 20th, 1912, Jackson scored the first run in Tiger Stadium. The next year, he led the league with 197 hits with a .551 slugging percentage. So the guy was obviously talented, and he was a great hitter. Everybody knew it. So then they traded him from Cleveland to the White Sox. 2 years later, Jackson and the White Sox won the American League pennant and also the World Series. Okay, excuse me, I thought it was 1915. It was 1917. Excusez-moi for the mistake. During that series, Jackson hit .307 as the White Sox defeated the Giants. Now, he missed most of the 1918 season while working in the shipyard because of World War I, because they needed the bodies, you know. The following season, the 32-year-old Jackson batted .382, having one of his best overall seasons, leading the American League in triples and setting by large margins career marks for home runs, RBIs, fewest strikeouts per plate appearance until he was suspended with 7 other members of the White Sox after allegations surfaced that the team had thrown the previous World Series. So now we get to the scandal. And after the White Sox lost the World Series to the Reds, Jackson and 7 players were accused of accepting $5,000 each to throw the series. In September 1920, a grand jury was convened to investigate the allegations. Jackson's 12 hits set a series record that was not broken until 1964 and led both teams with a .375 batting average. 286 in the games the White Sox lost and .545 in the games that he won. We'll get to that in a minute, though. He committed no charged errors and threw a runner out at the plate. However, the Reds hit an unusually large number of triples, 3 out of 9 total, to Jackson's position in left field. The Sox pitchers also said the team's outfielders were playing out of position and slowly fielding baseballs. Now, Jackson admitted to participating in the fix during the grand jury testimony on September 28, 1920, although he maintained he had never taken any on-field actions, for his $5,000 he received. In 1921, a Chicago jury acquitted Jackson and his 7 teammates of wrongdoing. Nevertheless, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, the newly appointed commissioner of baseball, imposed a lifetime ban of all 8 players. His words, regardless of the verdict of juries, Landis declared, no player who throws a baseball game, no player that undertakes or promises to throw a baseball game, no player that sits in a conference with a bunch of crooked players and gamblers where the ways and means of throwing games are planned and discussed and does not promptly tell his club about it will ever play professional baseball. So, Landis put the kibosh on him, sent them all packing, and they couldn't play anywhere. They couldn't play in the minor leagues. They couldn't play even in some of these traveling leagues, right? So this part right here, where it says Jackson left the criminal court building, in the custody of a sheriff and telling his story to the grand jury, he found several hundred youngsters aged from 6 to 16 waiting for a glimpse of their idol. One child stepped up to the outfielder and grabbed his coat sleeve, said, It ain't true, is it, Joe? Yes, kid, I'm afraid it is, Jackson replied. The boys opened a path for the ball player and stood in silence until he passed out of sight. Well, I never had thought that. But in an interview in Sport nearly 3 decades later, Jackson confirmed that the legendary exchange never occurred. So that's in that's in lore, right? That's in baseball lore. That's
Yeah, it
never
became
happened. That never happened. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Jackson's involvement in the scandal remains controversial to this day. He reportedly refused the $5,000 bribe twice, even though it would have effectively doubled his salary, only to have Lefty Williams toss the cash on the floor of his hotel room. Jackson tried to tell owner Charles Comiskey about the fix. Still, Comiskey refused to meet with him. Unable to afford legal counsel, Jackson was represented by team attorney Alfred Austrian. A clear conflict of interest. Before Jackson's grand jury, Austrian allegedly elicited Jackson's admission of his supported role in the fix by plying him with whiskey. Wow, he got him good and drunk, and then he took advantage of him when he didn't know what was going on. Imagine that, right? Austrian also persuaded the nearly illiterate Jackson to sign a waiver of immunity from prosecution. I mean, talk about a conflict of interest here. Holy cow. Now, years later, the other 7 players implicated in the scandal confirmed that Jackson was never at any meetings. Williams said they only mentioned Jackson's name to give their plot more credibility. Wow, imagine that. Imagine that. Also, he did not say why Jackson would have been paid $5,000. Had that been the case. Jackson's performance during the series itself lends further credence to his assertions. Although the game records show that he hit far better during the clean games than those thrown.
Right.
So yeah. So and then it goes on to say, and I got to go to a different article here in a minute, but I want to see if there's any more that I need to get talking about here. No. Okay. So as you can see right there, folks, I just want to talk about this. As you can see right there, there is a real conflict of interest going on right here. Right, this guy, and it gets better. This guy got railroaded by his teammates, by, I would say, by the commissioner too, because the commissioner really, I don't think, had all of the information. He just said,
Nope.
you guys bet on baseball. I'm banning all yours. I don't care. They even banned a guy who knew Lefty Williams. I think it was Lefty Williams Lefty Williams had told him about this whole scandal type thing. That chick scandal was the head of the whole plot to take the money. And I think it was I'm not sure if it was Lefty Williams or not, but one of the guys told one of the Cleveland players about it, and so the Cleveland player bet on Cincinnati, and so he got banned too. So yeah, instead of 8, there was really 9. So now we get to the part where we talk about the whole scandal and hang on a second here. Let me just go back here for 1 second, folks. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so now we get to the point where you see the most compelling information here, and we're gonna go right to that right now. So now, what I want to make note of here is the part where not the guys who were in this, because everybody pretty much understands Chick Gandil, Eddie Ciotti, Lefty Williams, all of those guys were complicit in this. Okay, they admitted to doing this stuff. This had nothing to do with Jackson. So we get down to Jackson's part of this, which is right here. Now, the extent of Jackson's part in the scheme remains controversial. He had a series-leading .375 batting average, including the only series home runs, threw out 5 base runners, and handled 30 chances in the outfield with no errors. in general, players perform worse in games where their team loses. And Jackson's batted worse in 5 games that the White Sox lost, with a batting average of .286 in the losing games.
Still damn good.
This was still above. This was still an above average batting average, right? The National and American Leagues hit a combined .263 for the 1919 season. Jackson hit .351 for the season, 4th best in the major leagues. His .356 batting average is 4th best in history, surpassed by only Ty Cobb, Oscar Charleston, and Rogers Hornsby, each an MLB batting average leader. 3 of his 6 RBIs came in the losses, including the aforementioned home run, the only home run in the series by either team, and a double in Game 8 when the Reds had a significant lead and the series was all but over. Still, in that game, a long foul ball caught at the fence with runners on second and third, depriving Jackson of a chance to drive in more runners. So, I mean, let's be honest here.
He did everything in his power to win.
Yeah. And then they make one more caveat here, and it says, on one play in particular had been subjected to scrutiny. In the 5th inning of Game 4, with a Cincinnati player on second, Jackson fielded a single hit to left field and threw home, which was cut off by Ciotti. Gandil, another leader of the Fix, later admitted to yelling to Ciotti to intercept the throw. The run scored, and the Sox lost 2-0. Ciotti, whose guilt is undisputed, made 2 errors in the 5th inning alone. So, as you can see, I'm giving you the information, and it's right there in front of you, and you can see how much controversy there is here, okay? So now that you know all this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. and Mrs. Sports Card Collectors, okay? Now that you know all of this, and you understand the whole story here, you're getting the whole story. Not part of the story, not a little bit of the story, not most of the story, all of the story, okay? What do you think Major League Baseball should do for Joe Jackson? I know what I think, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I think this is going to be a slam dunk. I think Joe Jackson's going to get in. I think he should have got in all along. I think he got railroaded, and I think this time around, once the Veterans Committee, it's not called the Veterans Committee anymore, but once the committee gets a hold of this, I can't even imagine that there's one player or one sports writer or one owner or one general manager that would vote not to have Joe Jackson in. Michelle.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's got to be unanimous. He was screwed in so many different ways. So many different ways. They took advantage of him. You know, they didn't listen to him. They made up. Well, who knows where the made up, say it ain't true, Joe,
Right.
and, you know, where that all came from. But, you know, I mean, the other players even admitted he had nothing to do with it. I mean, what do they have to gain from saying that? It's not going to gain them entrance into the Hall of Fame. He's the one that has the numbers that prove that he belongs there. And he didn't do anything wrong. He did everything in his power to win those games. And he was treated so unfairly.
So unfairly.
So, I mean, I think they need to right this wrong.
Oh, my God.
And they need to put him in, and it should have happened years ago. But, you know, if and when, it should, but if and when that happens, finally, there'll be a little bit of justice. But all these years waiting is crazy. All those years that they couldn't play baseball ever again. I mean,
Right.
you know, everybody
him
knows.
in particular.
Right, because he didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
You know, and, you know, you go back to the Field of Dreams, and now it kind of gives a little bit more clarity to that Field of Dreams now, doesn't it, folks?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, that just, it was wrong on so many levels, from getting them all liquored up, to taking advantage of somebody who's illiterate, to, just
Making him sign.
making him sign a waiver, and he doesn't even know what the heck he's signing.
It's so bad.
And he tried to tell the club manager, and the guy
He
wouldn't be with him.
He tried to tell Kaminsky. He didn't want to listen.
Tried to let him. Nope, don't want to listen.
He didn't want to listen.
And so, hey, he needs to get in. He needs to get in, and he needs to get in fast.
Well, one final thing I'll add, just a little quick excerpt here. Until the day he died, until the day Joe Jackson died, he said he never bet on baseball. He never was part of that scandal until the absolute day he died. And every one of those guys, the other 7, said he had nothing to do with that.
They all backed him up.
So I mean, if there's ever been more of an injustice to a human being in sports, I don't know of one. No. I've never seen one in my life like that. No way, never. I mean, so I mean, we both think he should be in, hands down. I hope that a lot of you out there feel the same way. If you don't, that's fine too. I mean, look, all I'm saying is, I'm giving you the evidence here. I'm not giving you hyperbole or conjecture. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm stating the facts. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to. I'm looking at this objectively, as a fan, as a person who likes the sport and all sports, not just baseball. I mean, we enjoy all sports. And look, I played at a high level too. So I mean, there's a lot to digest here. But the more I investigated this guy, and I don't really think a lot of people have spent enough time looking at the whole situation, his career, and how imagine if he could have played 10 more seasons. What kind of numbers would he have put up? Or 8 seasons, or 12 seasons, or whatever.
Even two more seasons.
Right. I mean, when you hit 408, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And like I said before, I want to know what dum-dum was
traded him.
What dum-dum from the Cleveland organizations decided, let's just trade. Well, they said when he was playing for the Athletics that he kind of didn't really enjoy the big city type deal, and so they kept sending him down to the minor leagues. But in Cleveland, I'm sure it was more relaxed, right? Maybe they needed money. I don't know, But whatever. I'm like thinking to myself, oh my God, this guy is one of the best players in Major League Baseball all time. You traded him for a little bit of money and a couple of bums, right? But anyway, folks. That's the story, right? Now you know the story of Pete Rose. You understand. We looked at Pete Rose. We don't think he should be in. But I wanted to save Joe Jackson for last because I really feel like this needs to be, he needs to be vindicated here.
Yep.
And look, I think all people should be jumping up and down about this, and putting a bug in the commissioner's ear, right? Saying, hey, let's start moving this along a little bit. Let's get the Veterans Committee. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna leave it there. That's it, and we're gonna go now to the second part of our break, which is two of these nice hanger boxes that we got here. Blaster boxes, excuse me. So let's get into that. Thanks for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed that. We love talking about that stuff, and I try to do my due diligence and put the work in so you guys can benefit from it.
That's part of the hobby, right?
It is. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy that stuff. I'm a history buff anyway. I like that stuff. And I like the Civil War. I like World War II.
I like the fact that he does the investigating and then just tells me about it.
Well, get out of there. Oh, here we go. Another one of those. Okay. Anything else in there? No. Okay. That's it. Make sure we got. Yeah. Okay. 7 packs. Yeah. So we get. Let's see here. What's it say? Let's just read this real quick. Right there. See that in the camera? 7 packs plus 1 bonus oversized card. Okay. And how many packs do we got here, Michelle? We got 7 packs. 7. And 1 oversized card.
Lucky number 7.
Okay, I'm going to put that over here.
That would be me.
All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Thanks for hanging in there. And let's start in with pack number 1 first. Blaster. Okay. Starting out, we got Walker Bueller. Man, it's too bad about Walker. I think he got. I thought they were gonna leave him in the bullpen, but anyway.
Yeah.
Victor Robles, Brad Keller, Kenley Jansen,
Kenley.
Jose
Killer
Urquidy.
Kenley.
There we go. There's the boys. That's a good one, huh?
Yeah.
Trout Notani. Bet someone's gonna
Man,
want that, huh?
someone
You guys
that
want this card, huh?
Yeah. You know what to do.
I know it's a base card, but still, it's nice. It's worth something. Charles Blackman. Keston Hira. All right, let's put that there. Is there any special? Oh yeah, find one exclusive 1964 giant card inside. Is there any other?
That's the giant card.
Yeah, but is there anything else? I don't know. Let's see here. No, I guess that's. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. I thought there might be more. Maybe a couple other parallels or something, bonuses, whatever. All right, pack number 2.
Well, let's see what we can get.
Yeah, let's see what we can get.
'cause
Hey, we already got a
usually
nice autograph. That's nice.
We usually defy the odds.
We usually do. All right, pack number 2, Matthew Boyd. And Justin Turner. Zach Collins.
Nice. Say hey.
Willie. That's a good one, Willie.
Mm-hmm.
Older Willie. Still in his Giants uniform, though, so it had to be at least...
Probably his later years.
Let's see here. I'm 72 probably. 71, 72. Jorge Alfaro? Or George Alfaro? Oh, look at that.
The conductor.
The conductor. Wow, Chris Sale. I haven't seen that one. That's kind of neat.
That's cool.
Huh? I like that. I like these inserts. This particular type of insert.
I like the nicknames.
Yeah, nicknames too, right. Right, yeah. That's right. That must be a nickname, right? The conductor. I didn't know that. Did you? Even when he was playing for us?
Guess I learned something new.
Right, me too. Will Smith. Jackie.
Wow.
Jackie. Okay.
See, now these cards might not be worth a whole lot of money, but they're nice cards.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're well designed.
And they are. They are.
And like I said, we've
Get
got a
them graded.
silver, we got a purple, we got an autograph so far. We'll probably get some more here somewhere, right? Something. Maybe variation, I don't know.
Thurman Munson.
Munson. Yeah, Yankee captain.
Yep.
Ken Griffey
Tough
Jr.
bastard.
Paul Molitor. Miguel Cabrera.
Miggy.
Yu Darvish. Who was? Oh, okay, Victor Robles. Victor Robles has really turned it on this year before he got hurt. Now he's with Seattle, so see what he does down the stretch. These last 20 games or so we got 22, I think so. Ramon Laureano, Sam Hilliard, Sam Ban, rookie. Okay, Sam's sort of a middle of the road guy. Rolling right along here, pack number 3. Going in, first guy out of the box. Mauricio Dubon and Justin Dunn. There he is. All hail.
All rise.
All hail the Judd. Yep. Justin Verlander. It's had a rough season. Steven Strasburg.
He's getting up there. Where the heck?
Yep. And there's a rookie, Bo Bichette. That's a good one, 55.
Yep.
I'm going to set that aside.
Yeah, I was going to say that one should be sleeved.
Brewster Gatterall. Mike Messina. Messinaville. Messina. Well, would have been in there if it hadn't been for English General there, Montgomery. I always think every time I see Mike Messina's name, I always think of Patton in that movie. All right, next pack, first card, John Smoltz, Dan Vogelback, Mike Moustakas, Manny Machado.
Don't like that man.
No. Ryan Howard, MVP, Calvin Fisk,
There.
Pudge.
Pudgy.
So far, we haven't got anything any good out of here, I guess. Harmon Killebrew.
Oh, man, what a class act.
Look at how nice that signature. Folks, I've got Harmon Killebrew. I had Harmon Killebrew signed for me at a show. Must have been the TriStar show years ago.
Yeah.
And his autograph is as straight as an arrow. That's
You could put a piece of lined paper down there, and it would go
Yeah.
right along that line.
all
Just
these
good.
guys had good
Yep,
signatures.
look at that.
Luberto, right? They all had good signatures.
Yep.
Yeah. He was a great guy too.
Oh,
Kind,
I'll never forget
kind,
that story
soft spoken.
with that man and his daughter. And he had played ball with that man that was in front of us. He had played ball with that guy. He had gone to war with that guy's father.
Yeah.
And he made
Wow.
sure that they got a picture of him.
Andrew Benintendi, Luis Robert, rookie.
There you go. I was gonna say that's a rookie.
So him aside.
That's a rook.
He's had a rough season, but well, he's got potential still, I think. Barry Larkin, Ryan Braun, again, we've seen him before. Dev, we've seen him before. Oh, look at this one. There they are.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the bosom buddies. Huh? Guerrero and Bichette, nice. Yeah, that's good. Bregman, good one. Last but not least, Marcus Stroman. Boom. All right, last pack of this first one. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Hopefully, we will pull something interesting. Maybe. Hopefully. Wish upon a star.
Well, we got some good ones on.
Yeah.
There's Mo.
Mo Vaughn. Mike Clevenger. Trevor Story.
Eh.
Yeah, he's had a good season.
Where would we be without him
All
this
right,
year?
Cueto.
Ooh.
Rosarina. Rookie again.
Thor.
Thor. There he is. That's, yes. Syndergaard, right. Noah Syndergaard. Thor. Okay. Aaron Hicks. Rachel Iglesias. Atlanta Braves closer. All right. So, let's see what we got in this pack. Maybe it's a autograph. Oh.
No, it's an oversized card.
Yeah, it's looking to be autograph.
Oh, it could be autographed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see if it is autographed. Oh, it's not autographed. 64. 64, the 64, yeah, they're not the stand-ups, but they're the 64 oversized. Yeah. Oop. I gotta get it down there so I get it in the picture for you guys. There we go. Reese Hoskins. Yeah. Yeah, the 64 sets just like this. They're oversized cards. Kind of cool. All right, let's get to the last box here. Going in, box number 2, and our final blaster box of this video. Thanks for stopping by, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate it. Spending some quality time with us as we look for the big hits and tell lots of stories, and some good, some not so good. Nothing else in there. All right, let's get after it. Let's set that right there, I suppose. Let's move this over here. Make those there. All right. Yeah. All right, first pack, second blaster. What will we find in the packs? Who's that? Billy Williams? Yep. Billy Williams, great player. You know, the Cubs teams were really good in let's say the late 60s, early 70s. They had Fergie Jenkins, Billy Williams, Ron Santo, Don Kessinger, Ernie Banks, you name it. Loaded team. Good team. They had a rough run there, and I can't remember which year it was. I want 70 something, I believe, when they collapsed. But yeah, Billy Williams, Josh Hader, Josh Bell. How many more Joshes we got? Let's see. Nico Horner, rookie. Put him right over in that rookie pile. Trevor Hoffman. And Harrison Bader. Zach Greinke. Aaron Arenado. There's the first pack. Come on. It'll be. All right. Pack number 2. So, yeah, you know, it's interesting on these races. I was watching, you know, I mean, the American League, I guess, wildcard race is probably the best one. You got four teams in there. Chris Paddock, Jason Haywood, Garrett Cole, Next year he'll be back. Kevin Biggio. Yeah, okay. And Ian Henio Suarez. Got to get him just in the right light. And grade A Astros, we've seen that. Hey, there's Mike Trout. It's a good one. Yeah, just a
we have
regular
one of
base
those.
card. And a Keno. Okay.
Yeah, so we've gotten 2 of those Trout base cards. So, you know, if we were to split this into 2, then each pack would have one of those.
Yeah, I think it's probably be
Probably 3.
2 or 3, you know, 2 or 3 lots. But I mean, we've got at least 3 different hits, so we know we're going to have 1 hit in each one anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know about the variations. I can't,
Right.
you know,
Have to
unless
go
it's
by
like
a little
the
bit quicker.
Washington National League ones. Tsuko again, Justin Upton, say again, yeah. Is Ivan Rodriguez. Hey, there's Chapman in the Yankees uniform. Thank you, New York. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Blanco. Ah, him and
Oh,
Hank. That's
wow.
nice. I like that.
Yeah. That's a nice,
Yeah.
nice nickname. card.
Knocking out the walls there with his home runs. That's a nice shot of Hank too. Beautiful. Yeah. And Tommy Glavine. Finally. Hank Aaron. Hank and
Yeah,
Hank.
Hank and Hank.
It's the Hank and Hank Club. Look at that. The Hank pack. Hank Aaron. Great player. I met him. I met him at the Shriner show. He didn't want to shake my hand because he said he didn't have time. But I got him to shake my hand. It was a quickie. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't what you would call neighborly. But he did do it. Thank goodness. And I've got it. I'll have to show it sometime to you guys. I got the picture somewhere. I don't remember where. Ernie Banks, Mike Schmidt, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Yadier Molina. Okay, Yadier Molina. Wait a minute. Okay, the variation for Yadier Molina is there's only one of them in the 2002. It's or 20, whatever this is. I don't know. But no, it can't be 20. It's 2002, and it's not him. It's Albert Pujols. So this is his picture right here, but there's a variation of on the back. It's only on the back. Albert Pujols.
Huh.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson and Albert Alzolay, excuse me, and Larry Doby. First guy to break the black barrier in American League. Race barrier, whatever you want to call it. Wade Boggs.
Hell of a hitter.
Hell of a hitter. 6 batting titles. 6. 3 packs to go, plus the oversized. Uh-oh. I'm not going to have trouble here. These have been good.
Come on now.
I know.
Running out of steam.
I know, my hands getting tired. Okay. Akiyama, Dustin May again, Bob Feller, Johnny Bench, JB. Nice shot of him. Not sure I like these 2002s. Andy Pettit. And Logan Allen. Jim Thome. Seth Brown. Like I said, I will have to check to see, folks, if there is any variations in there. But if you see one, let us know. Leave us a comment. Tell us all about it. We're all ears. Okay, 2 packs plus the bonus. Mike Soroka, Max Scherzer, Blake Snell.
Oh,
You don't have those.
I hear our little baby whining.
Evan Longoria. Yeah. Evan Longoria, excuse me, I got distracted. And Miguel Andujar. Oh, rookie. Thought it was. Okay. Alex Young. Finally, Goldie. Paul Goldschmidt. Pretty good. Final pack, regular pack. And then the bonus pack. All right, let's get after it. Get after it. Oh, look at that big ding right there. Well, that's part. Yeah, Biscotti. Got a ding in it. Yeah, the other one's all right. Rowdy Tellez, Brandon Crawford, Newman. What's this? We got something here. Who's this guy? Can't see it.
Eddie
Okay,
Rosario.
Eddie Rosario, of course. Hey, look at that. Here we go. Got something. Keston Hura. And it's a red to 75. Pretty nice. Take that. That's an extra hit right there, folks. And Matt Chapman, Jeff McNeil. So we got that anyway. That's our 4th hit. That's pretty good. Plus, we don't know if there's any variations in there. Could be a variation. Probably one, but won't be a lot of them. Might be one in there. Finally, who's this? Vlad. It's Vladdy, Dad.
Wow.
Vladdy. Boom.
With the dreads.
I gotta get it. I keep forgetting this card's bigger than the others because I have my camera set up. So there it is. There's Vladdy. All right.
There you go.
Well, just gonna give you a quickie here, just real quick, just the hits, basically. There you go, Keston Hura. And the rookies, we know all about those. Here's the purple, and that is, who's this again? Yeah, Marco Gonzalez, right, okay. And then we've got Lonnie Smith auto, nice one there.
Real nice one.
Mr. Sunshine. And Rosarina rookie. And finally, this is to 99, and that is Fred McGriff, the Crime Dog. So there's the major hits, and like I said, we'll split all these up as we go. And we're going to wrap this thing up. Folks, we appreciate you stopping by. We hope you had a good time. We certainly look forward to seeing you down the road. But for right now, we're going to wrap this thing up, and we will see you next time.